Hi, my name is Destiny of Curls, Quills, and Things, and today I'm doing a Q&A, why I style my hair. Today I'm doing a wash and go like I do every single week. I Create Hold Innocence. I am about done with this bottle, and then I'll probably be experimenting with some different styling products. But I wanted to go ahead and knock out the last product in this bottle and chat with you all as well. I asked you all over on YouTube in the community tab, as well as my Instagram stories, what questions you had for me, and a lot of them was geared towards the natural hair. So I thought it would be perfect to just bring you along while I'm styling and answer some of these questions. The questions are on my phone, so if you see me looking down, that is why. So let's go ahead and part this hair and get into the first question. My first question is, do I wear leave-ins in my wash and goes in the winter months? The answer to that is no. I just make sure that I wash my hair on a weekly basis still, so I don't lose any of that moisture in my hair and experience more tangles. I will say in the winter months, it can get a little bit more windy here in Nashville, and it does get colder. So what I typically do is I may wear my hair up a little bit more so it doesn't rub up against my scarves and my coat. I may wear more twist outs and braid outs and mini twist styles just to give myself a break from trying to mitigate some of those tangles, and sometimes that helps a little bit. And I just want to experiment more in the winter because it doesn't frizz out from all that humidity, if that makes sense. I do a lot of smoothing when I style, and then when I'm finally done, I go in and do my raking. But for the most time, the curls kind of fall apart anyway from all that smoothing, and because my hair is already thoroughly detangled from conditioning and going in with my detangling tool. All right, my second question is, what products do you use to get those loose, long curls, and is it a wash and go? It is absolutely a wash and go. I don't have long, loose curls. I do have looser curls than some other people out there, but when it does shrink up, and I know I'm getting this question because I recently posted a video with my hair being wet. It is the product that's on the curls that is giving it that weight, and when it dries underneath the dryer, my hair is a little bit elongated, but I still have very, very tight curls. They're really in the back and the nape of my head, and then they're on the perimeter. So I'll show you as we go along. They're like right in here and right back here. You can kind of see them right here. Like, can y'all see that? It's a little bit elongated because of the gels on it, but when it shrinks up, it will shrink up like itty bitty, and it's so cute. They're like so cute. Those are like some of my favorite curls in there. You can kind of see it. Like, they really get smaller, but I have all sorts of curls in my hair, and that's why I'm so anti hair chart, because it just does not make sense. You have all these different curls in your head for the most part, every single person, and it doesn't make sense to segregate those curls and treat them differently. Like, I may do smaller sections in the back, but for the most part, I'm not putting different products on my tighter curls. Like, what does that look like? What does that look like? Like, actually ask yourself, are you going to put like a heavier product on your perimeter and make sure you use another product on the center? It just doesn't make sense for me, and it was really just a marketing ploy in the beginning to get people to buy products. It wasn't anything based in science, and I talked about that in a bit in my why your hair type doesn't matter. Oop, got into a tangle. There we go. And that is a perfect segue into my next question, which is tips, products to prevent breakage. Whew. Okay, I feel like that's kind of like a loaded question. It's a lot in there. But the main thing when it comes to breakage is that you have to make sure that your technique is there. There's nothing really that a product can do to mitigate breakage unless you are just using a product that doesn't allow you to have slip in the shower. Slip is huge. Most of my products provide slip, so that allows me to not feel like I am breaking my hair. Plus it's just that technique there that I'm making sure, you see me, I'm not going and raking, forcing my hand through my hair. I'm doing a lot of smoothing in my styling process. I do this also in my shampoo process. When I am conditioning, I'm going in with a tool, but you have to make sure that you are properly using that tool. And I personally love the Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush because it isn't as harsh on the hair as other detangling tools out there. But when I am using it, I'm making sure I'm going in vertically and then horizontally at different angles so I don't miss any tangles, and that to potentially cause breakage in the future, whether that's in the styling process or in my everyday to-day life. That is huge. So slip, technique, especially when you're detangling. And also, if you're seeing a lot of breakage in the shower, then most of the times, I know when I see a lot of breakage in the shower, that usually means it's about time for a curly cut anyway. So those are kind of like my main takeaways when it comes to preventing breakage. I will say, when it comes to preventing breakage, another great way is to, if you are washing your hair or styling your hair and you encounter a tangle, make sure you are taking your time and assessing the situation. Most of the time in that situation, you don't need more product. You kind of just need to add a little bit more water to the situation, and your hair may comply and allow you to get through it with your detangling tool or with your fingers, whatever you are doing. All right, next question is, do I have any moisture shampoo wrecks? One that doesn't cause a lot of buildup. I do have a couple moisture shampoo recommendations, but I will say they do cause buildup over time, and that's just because they are a moisture shampoo and you have to clarify at some point. It's just kind of is what it is. So they cause some buildup, but that is over time. It doesn't cause buildup like overnight. It doesn't cause buildup during your conditioning and styling process where it feels like it changes your desired result or anything like that. But I do love Amika's The Cure shampoo. It is more of a moisture shampoo and it has bond building technology in it as well. I was just experimenting with the Berigio, let me lean over, the Don't Despair Repair shampoo. I liked it so far. This is my second time using this shampoo. I will get a more thorough review to you all later. After I like to kind of give myself at least a month of trying a product before I bring it to you all, but that's a little sneak peek for you all if you want that. But I like it so far. And then the other one on top of my head is, I really like Nature's Little Secret cucumber shampoo, but I don't really know if I would consider that more of a moisturizer shampoo. I feel like it's kind of like a closer probably to an all-purpose shampoo, because shampoo is like on a spectrum, right? You have your moisturizing ones over here, your all-purpose in the middle, and then your clarifying ones towards the end. But I would say that it's right in there between moisturizing and all-purpose, like right in the middle of those two. I really like that one as well. I did try another Amika shampoo, their new moisture line. I like that one. I think it doesn't foam up as much, so I really like a shampoo that foams up a lot, even if it is a moisturizing shampoo, but it still is a great choice if you don't tend to like it. I did feel like I needed to clarify my hair a little bit more often with it, now that I think about it, so it might not be the best choice, but I really like the Amika one. I know a lot of people love the Innocence one. I'm not sure about build-up with that one, but I really like the Amika one, so maybe check out the Amika one. Okay, here is another question involving a breakage in tangles. Do you get tangles wearing a wash and go for a long period of time? And Yes and no. So I will say I do get tangles if I try to stretch my wash and go to day 10, but I don't get as many tangles, obviously, if I'm keeping it around that 5 to 7 day mark, because I'm just hydrating my hair more often and my hair is not tangling up on itself. Again, like I talked about earlier, a way that I mitigate some of those tangles is in the winter months, keeping it off of my shoulders, and making sure I'm maintaining my wash day routine, and making sure that I am keeping up with my curly cuts. If I am wearing a wash and go consistently and I am going beyond like the 4-month mark, of course I'm going to get more tangles and more breakage happening where I am wearing my wash and go. I will say when I first started wearing my wash and goes, I did experience more tangling than I experience now, even with weekly washing, and that's just because I over time have taught my hair, this is what I want you to do throughout the wash day process, right? So my hair is getting used to the routine that we're building together, and plus I'm growing out some of that hair that may have been potentially damaged or like harmed from my previous hair care practices. When I started my simplified hair journey, of course my hair is not going to magically turn into my desired wash and go result, right? It takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of detoxing and getting that hair to be where it needs to be. Buildup doesn't happen overnight, so why do we expect detoxifying your hair to happen overnight? It just doesn't, unless you want to like really harm your hair and like be really abrasive with it, and that's just not something that I wanted to do. Another reason why I don't experience as many tangles anymore is because I did purchase a hooded dryer. When I was trying to wear wash and goes and just diffusing, I am a very impatient person and I would rush the process, especially being high density. It just takes a long time for my hair to dry, and I'm not the most patient person with that diffuser. I'm just not. So the hooded dryer was a weight lifted off of my shoulders in that department, so I was allowed to dry my hair like almost completely. I still need to go in with a diffuser, but I'm not rushing the diffusing process because I don't have to hold it like this for an hour, if that makes sense. So I feel like that has definitely helped with my tangles. But yes, if I try to push my wash and go towards that day 10 a couple times, not last year but the year before, I pushed it to 14, like almost 14, and that was not good. I was spending so much time in the shower. I'm used to being able to detangle my hair in the shower in less than like 15 minutes, and spending a good 25 to 30 detangling my hair was not worth it. All right, the next question is, how did I start becoming an influencer? And honestly, I kind of fell into it. I feel like people either have one or two stories. They either fell into it by accident or they were very deliberate. And I kind of fell into it, and I really, really loved a natural hair YouTube in high school. I've literally probably seen all the videos back in the day, and that is where I got at the base of my information when I was first starting to grow out my hair, and I always admired those girls. So when I went away to college, people would ask me all the time, like, well, how would you get your hair to look like that, or I love your hair, you know, stuff like that, and those conversations getting stopped all the time. So I was like, clearly I have something to say if people keep stopping me and asking me these questions, even though I wasn't really taking care of my hair. Like I was making sure that I washed my hair on a bi-weekly basis, but it's not like I was very into hair care at that time, just because it's school, we got finals, we got work to do. It's just not enough time to be really caught up and trying to do elaborate styles. So really, I was just wearing a twist out, maybe a big bun, like a high bun and a head wrap, and people ate that up every single time. But I wasn't doing much with my hair, but I still thought I had something to say, so I created a page especially because I was hearing misinformation out there. I was still probably spreading a lot of misinformation myself, but I was hearing a lot of misinformation, and I knew that that wasn't the way. That wasn't the way, and I wanted to warn people and be like, okay, y'all, don't do that inversion method and try to have yourself passing out, trying to grow out your hair, or like putting rice water in your hair, and that's when the onion juice was coming out, like all those types of things. And I was like, this is not the way. I have something to say about these situations. So I started creating content, and slowly but surely I started working with brands, and I started taking myself seriously probably in 2020. I started in 2018, but being in school still, I just didn't make a lot of content. I maybe posted a couple times a month. And then in 2020, I graduated, so I had a lot of time on my hands. And that's also when Reels hit the scene. And I think that I liked making video content a lot more than taking a cute picture. It just wasn't my thing. So I really loved making video content, and that's kind of where it just skyrocketed, because I started a challenge of creating a reel every single day, and that really helped with my consistency, and I really learned a lot about my editing style and what I wanted to do with my platform. Alright, the next and final question is, do you ever feel awkward on camera? And of course I do. Of course I do. I am an introverted person. It can be a lot to sit here and talk to a camera because you're essentially talking to yourself for a long time. I wouldn't create content if someone was home, or if somebody, hold on, let me get some water. This part is getting a little dry, and I know I need more water if I want my curls to be defined the way I want it to be. But of course I'm awkward on camera. Like, I feel like I'm awkward all the time, and that's why I don't use IG Live as much as I probably should as a content creator, because I can't edit that. Come on. And so okay, curls coming through. I'm getting distracted over here. But I definitely get awkward on camera, but I think a good part of me growing out of that was getting my own place and not having to think about other people's schedules as much, and also feeling comfortable in my space to be able to do so. And plus, since it's more about growing my audience and growing my channel and actually getting paid to do this, I am a bit more confident in front of camera. So yeah, so I don't have to edit my content as much anymore, because I'm not sitting here fumbling over my words as much and feeling awkward on camera. Now I just accept that it's who I am. I'm gonna be awkward, I'm gonna be clumsy, I'm gonna act a fool in front of this camera by myself in this bathroom for 2 hours while I try to talk to y'all. Really, it's only been like, I don't know, I started a new clip, but it's probably been like 40 minutes. I'm gonna add some more water. I no longer have a spray bottle, so it is what it is. Gotta use water from the sink. And if you notice, a lot of content creators are introverts because it requires a lot of alone time for the most part to be able to create videos and potentially do this for a living. I'm not full-time yet. Hopefully one day, hope your girl will monetize. But a lot of these people are introverts because you have to be quiet while it has to be quiet around you while you're filming. You have to have a lot of time to yourself to be able to edit this content, to be able to publish it, and you need to be able to be on your phone and to yourself, kind of to be able to talk to your community and build that bond there. So it takes a lot of alone time. So a lot of content creators out there are introverts and awkward people. If you need a sign to start your content creation journey and you're just scared of being awkward in front of the camera, being awkward is like literally part of the process. It makes you relatable. It makes you be able to watch this person for hours on end. It makes you able to edit your videos in a way that is uniquely your style, and you're not trying to be some cookie cutter cutout of somebody else and their content. So these are my curls. After styling, there's a lot of weight to my hair. Like I feel it in my neck, and that's how I know that I did a pretty good job today. And I'm about to sit underneath the hooded dryer before it starts to frizz up so I can freeze my curls in place. And I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'll see you all in the next one. Make sure you like and comment and do all the YouTuber things, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.